Now, the fourth race of the season was the Bahrain Grand Prix. And at the Bahrain Grand Prix, it was a pretty good race. And on the Saturday in qualifying, Oscar Piastri put it on pole position. Then in the race, there was a great start by George Russell, who was challenging for the lead, but Oscar managed to keep the lead into turn one. Then during the race, Lando Norris, he was coming back from, I think, fifth position, and he overtook Charles Leclerc, and then Lando received a penalty just a few laps into the race. The reason he received a penalty was because they were saying that he was off his grid position, grid slot, and that gave him a little advantage during the start. So he was penalized 5 seconds penalty, and he took that 5 second penalty during his first pit stop. So he dropped into he dropped behind Charles Leclerc on lap 25, and on lap 32 there was a safety car. So on lap 32 there was a safety car, and that shook up the race a little bit. Okay, and then Lando was fighting back with Leclerc, for third position. So on lap 52, he passed Charles Leclerc for third position. And then for the rest of the race, he was trying to, pressure George Russell for second position. So that shows you how quick the McLarens was earlier in the season. Only the fourth race of the season where Lando Norris started fifth, and then he even had a 5 second penalty. He was still challenging for second position at the end of the race. And Piastri won the race by a few more than 10 seconds. So that was a really, really dominant race for Oscar Piastri. He didn't really have no challenge, only in the first corner, with Russell, and then he just drove off, to consolidate his position. So in the end, George Russell kept second position. So their full results was Oscar Piastri in first position, then George Russell in second position, and then in third position you had Lando Norris. And then after the Bahrain Grand Prix, the championship standings was: in first position you had Lando Norris with 77 points. In second position you had Oscar Piastri with 74 points, only 3 points down. And then in third position you had Max Verstappen with 69 points. So at this stage of the championship, the top three was really close, only separated by 7 points. And Lando was consolidating his championship lead. From the first race of the season, he's been in the lead of the championship. So but now he's only 3 points ahead of his teammate Oscar Piastri. So the season was brewing to be a really, really strong season, for McLaren. And then, Max was, just about hanging around, with a car that wasn't really too fast. And, he was putting in some good performances, just to be only 7 points, just to be only 8 points from Lando Norris from the top of the championship was really impressive, So, So then we're moving on to the next race, which was the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.